Greetings and welcome everybody to the halls of Unarius. My name is Kevin Kennedy and I'm the facilitator for tonight's class. And this is a special class. We're going to be giving appreciation and thanks and celebrating 60 years of Unarius on planet Earth. And that should be something we should be grateful for and something we should clap about, because what that means is that the mission is reestablished on our planet, that those of us who were involved in the destruction of the teachings in the past, and that is basically everyone on this planet, have not been successful, and the moderator, Uriel, the angels, have been successful. They are the ones that brought this teaching, that we're utilizing each of us to the best of our ability, that allows us to learn more about who we are and actually gives us the tools, more properly knowledge, so that we can overcome the problems that we have in our life, whether it's insecurities, inhibitions, problems, emotional conflicts, inability to have a job, whatever it may be. If you study these texts and apply what is within those volumes, you can overcome anything. So we're going to have a very fun and enjoyable evening. Lots of appreciations that will be expressed about the mission and how much it's helped every one of us by different students. And music, of course. And then we're going to be seeing some special, we have a special treat later on. And I won't give it away because I think it's pretty fun. But without further ado, we're going to listen to first And the Angels Sing. Elizabeth Kimmery is their director. And we have a pianist here tonight. I think it's the first time Catherine has played.
Shoemaker.
Yeah, Kathy Shoemaker. It's the first time she's played with the chorus.
No, she played one more time.
Boy, it shows how much I pay attention. Sorry, Kathy. Anyway, welcome, and I'll get out of the way.
Just over your shoulder. I'm your friend and inspirator, and the one that you know as Uriel. My dear friends and aspiring spirits, you have begun to touch that immeasurable energy that all mankind have been aspiring for. You have begun to touch the inner self, for your lower self has for so long precluded your ability and capability and need to know of and live with spirit. Do you know what you are doing? You are proclaiming that Unarius is love in action, that Unarius is the spark of infinity, of which you and all souls have been created. You are then the proclaimers and truly the light bearers of the teaching of spirit. Spirit is not without its accompanying bedrock. You know that you have come a long way. You have touched the bedrock of your past, and as a result, you are able to touch the top and the beginning opening of consciousness that will change you in such ways that you will not know yourself as that one who once lived with a concern only for self. Let me then take you through the flame so that you will be recharged with a new frequency. It's entirely you and you alone that can integrate this energy on a new frequency basis by your acceptance of this step forward. It must be through a knowledge of the higher potential that you always advance and enlarge. It must be that you begin to put aside the toys and the ornaments of yesteryear. Begin to hold the staff of light in your hand and wield the staff of light as a sword that is this continuity of your future. So now.
And what is Unarius to me but love? I love Unarius. We're celebrating 60 years, and to me, just being able to be a part of what Unarius is and put these principles into action and see the tremendous changes that have happened in my life, because I stuck with it, and it has never been guaranteed a bed of roses. Instead, it's a long, hard road, this process of working out the past. And there are plenty of times in my history here at the center and being a student where things were pointed out to me that were extremely painful and difficult for me to accept. But the beautiful part of it is that I did accept them, and I stuck with it. And because of that, my life now is something that I couldn't have imagined in my wildest dreams before I made this contact. Just the ability to have this wonderful intelligence and be able to utilize it is just fantastic. So I'm so glad that Unarius is here on planet Earth, and that I have the opportunity to put into action what Unarius, Uriel, and Raphael brought to our world.
To me, Unarius is the flotation device that was thrown to me in the moment of my greatest need. It was the answer to all the questions I had asked up to that point, which I couldn't find anywhere else, though I searched. The best part was that it didn't solve all my problems for me, but instead gave me the principles I could use to unlock the labyrinth of my mind, and it has empowered me with confidence to face the problems of tomorrow. All in all, to keep it short and sweet, my appreciation for the science of life is the appreciation a starving man has for food. And I couldn't imagine what my life would have been without finding the science, which is love in action. Yours truly, Nicholas Sauer.
Wow, very good.
As you all may know, I've only been a student for a little over a year now, but the benefits and healing I have gotten with the help of the Unarius will last me the rest of my life and help project me forward into my next life with the same positive reinforcement that I have now. I feel stronger, healthier, smarter, and infinitely happier than I did prior to being a student. I feel like my daily struggles are melting away, and I have a sort of vitality now that I didn't have when I was younger. Every time I study the liturgies, participate in class with you all, or talk about Unarius with my friends or co-workers, I feel a strong jolt of joy passing through me, like a light illuminating from within me, out of me. So, my most heartfelt thanks to all of you at the center, and to the Unarius Brotherhood, to Dr. Norman and Ruth Norman, and their higher selves, for keeping the spirit of the mission alive for all of us to participate and learn from. Happy anniversary to everyone, and may the higher healing energies of the infinite guide you with every step you take. Love, Guillermo Briseno. Thank you.
Unarius is the best. I first came across the Unarius teachings about 10 years ago in a local used bookstore in Louisville, Kentucky. The book was Infinite Concept of Cosmic Creation. I remember flipping through the book thinking, this looks like some advanced information. I don't recall seeing the picture of Ernest Norman at the beginning of the book, but that night after purchasing the book, I had a very unforgettable dream about an old white man with white hair sitting at a park bench telling me the secret of all of God's infinite creation. I woke up amazed, thinking about how great that dream was and wondering its significance. It wasn't until 2 days later when I decided to start reading the book that I opened it and noticed the author, Ernest L. Norman, was the man I saw in my dreams. Ever since then, Unarius has felt like home. Out of all the many spiritual teachings I have read, Unarius is the only one that has answered all my questions and helped to clear up my understanding of why it is important to remain positive. My studies have left me speechless. The love, transcendency, and joy that I have felt from reading books like The Conclave of Light Beings by Ruth Norman are hard to put into words. Sometimes I've had to pinch myself to make sure I'm not dreaming. But when the principles are applied, the results are always magnificent. Over and over again, I have witnessed what many call miracles. Many times I would experience heaven on the inner, then the next day I would read about it in the Conclave of Light Beings. I am thankful for these two beautiful souls that sacrificed a lot so we could understand life, which before Unarius didn't seem to make sense. Peace, Jurian Evans.
We're going to go ahead and move on to the next portion of the class. And this is something that is part of some of the videos that you probably have seen, and some of it you probably have never seen. I've known about this footage that was upstairs for a long time. The moderator owned a Super 8 camera and loved to film. And there's one reel that I knew of, and there's possibly another one up there that I didn't find. But many of the footage that we're about to watch is part of Bridge to Heaven, the video that Dennis put together. And then there's some that I don't think anybody has ever seen. And when I watched it, it made me appreciate who they were, and it made me giggle. And I think it will probably do the same for all of you. So give me a couple of seconds, and I'm going to set up the projector for us.